Hi everyone, welcome to Ashok IT. This is Abhijit and today we are going to discuss about strings in Java. So the word strings once come to your mind, you always think that okay, this is the most basic thing we all have studied in our colleges, in our wherever you have attended your classes. But still I'll tell you, after watching this particular video, you are going to go back and think, oh, was this in string only? How did I miss it? So we are going to teach you something about how it runs in the background. Definitely I'm going to teach you about what is overview of strings, different kind of string methods that we are going to use, challenges with string and string manipulation, string buffer, string builder, and we are going to do a very very important program which generally asked in interviews. But I'm also going to teach you apart from that how actually string works in the background. There are a couple of interview questions that I'm going to discuss in detail that will definitely enlighten your mind about strings. So let's start about string, what a string is all about. You might have heard in your real life, like, okay, tie this thing using a string. So what is string in real life? It is nothing but a piece of a strong material that is used to tie different things together. Imagine garlands which we put in marriages or to your god wherever different flowers are there and that has been tied using a string. Okay, so that is what we have seen in our real life. Now come to Java. In Java, strings are nothing but which are used to tie different characters together, that bring different characters together. So it is kind of an intermediate or kind of a storage capacity that is provided. Example, take Ashok IT, ASHOK. All these are characters that has been brought together, that has been taken together, and what has happened? They have formed a string. So I hope after this, the string definition will always be in your mind. Now, this guy is very confused. Okay, people also get confused when they are asked, is string a class or a data type? Now this question I am going to discuss after discussing with you how string is actually created. This is one of the very important interview questions and people still fail to answer that. So let us move and I am going to teach you practically how that is going to happen. Now, first of all, very basic, which we have already, string a is equal to, I will just discuss, let us put test, and I will put sound. Okay, so I'm using IntelliJ. Now, this is a simple way of declaring a string. What I have done is I have declared that okay, this is my variable that is going to be a, and this is, you can tell it as a data type, but it is not actually a data type. I'm going to discuss about later, but like integer or character, you are going to tell right now. Okay, in your mind. Now, there are other ways to define a string. Now I am going to use, let me use string b is equal to new string, and I am going to declare test. Let me test all. So you will have a bifurcation. Okay, now I am going to print it. What I have declared is I have taken b. Now I am going to see test, and test all has been printed. Now first statement, it has been acting like a small variable that you have already read. Int I equal to 10, character I equal to b, like this you have declared. Now in this paint, you all have seen that whenever I want to create an object of a particular class, I want to refer it, maybe a constructor or whatever you are calling about, you declare this particular line. So here the question comes, whether string is a data type or string is actually a class, or we are treating as an object. So how it is possible? See, the very clear answer is string is definitely a class. It resides in your java.lang package. Okay, JavaSoft people, they have defined like that only, and it has several methods associated with it so that you can manipulate, you can work out a string, because string is a very privileged customer for us. Okay, there are common men, there are uncommon men. In India also you have seen there are VVIP people, your president, your prime minister, they have got some special privileges. Okay, they've got bodyguard, they've got different houses, they've got securities, lot of things. So here also string is nothing but they have a very special characteristic. They are treated that way. That is why they have been treated little differently from other objects or other classes that you are going to have. So that is why JavaSoft have actually given, because of its utilities, they have provided you as a class so that you can utilize all the methods associated with, but they have given the flexibility to declare it as a variable, so that you don't need to always create an object. Directly declaring a variable, you can refer to it and you can operate on it. Now, other benefits, which other privileges that string has, actually I am going to discuss a little later also. All the classes are going to be very, very informative, so please don't miss this particular video. I am going to teach you how string is actually privileged than others. Okay, we are going to discuss about some memory, string, constant pool, so those things are very, very important. Now, there is another way to describe a string. Let me do it. What I told you previously, that it is actually nothing but a characters being brought together. Okay, so here I am going to show you how it is actually brought together. Now, I will put string C is equal to new string, pass this particular character which I have declared, and I am going to give you the print. What I have got ABC. So what has happened here, I have defined characters. Okay, I have defined characters in an array and I have put it as A, B and C in an array. Now what I have done is, all those characters which has been taken differently, okay, has been pinned together, has been tied together with a string, and then I have printed out. So what has happened, characters tied together bring a string. That is what I was trying to convey with my definition. Now, this is what I have discussed till now. I have discussed with different methods how we are going to create a string. I have also discussed how a string is a class or data type. Now you will not be this person, you will be a happy smiling person. Now, we are going to discuss different methods that has been associated with a string class. Just now I have told that strings are little privileged, so they have the people want you to modify string, people want you to work with strings. Okay, it has a lot of application and usages. So what we are going to do is, we are going to see what are the different kind of methods associated with string. So very basic method is, I am going to teach you is concat method. Concat means adding different strings together, bringing different strings together. How we can add different strings together? Suppose I have A. Okay, if you put dot, understood, I didn't declare it as an object, I declared it as a variable, but when I am putting a dot, I am getting all the methods associated with it. So in the back end, what is happening, it has created an object of itself and it has instantiated itself. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell. So a.concat, I am using B and I am going to use Ctrl R and I am going to get what it should come, test, add with test and all. So string A and string B has been added together. There is another way to do that. What is that another way? If you might have heard, just take plus sign. Simple. Same way you can do that. You will get same output. See, you are getting the same output here. So what is the use? They have provided a method to concat, because some people want to use it concat to tell it. Sometimes it creates confusion with plus. So they have given you a simple method to do. The benefit here is, even if I want, I can give some space in between. I can provide some space and I can do it. So I will get a space in between two different strings when I am concatenating together. Here also I can do it. I can concat space first, then I can concat the other part. Okay. So you can use these two methods that you can use here to concat or to attach to different strings. Now another very important method that I am going to use and you are going to use in a program every single time is your length. It is going to give you the length of the string. So suppose I take an example of string A. So what is the length? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what should I get? I should get 4 and I am getting 4. Now here I know it. There are many times which a variable I am not sure what the length is going to be. I am getting it from some other class, some other parameter, some other web. So I don't know what is it. So I'll just declare dynamically length and I am going to work on it. Now again, one of the important, very important thing which you are going to use in your program always is going to be, suppose I want to take any character. I want S from this character. I don't want everything. I only want S from this string. So what I can do is, I can use a dot, you will have character at. I want character at which position? Let me give you two. Example I have given two. What I should get? People will tell 1, 2. So I can get E. Let us see. But I want S. Why it is? Because the index is going to start with 0. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So that is why you have got 2 as S. And if you give 4, you will get out of bound error, and there are many error questions coming on string index out of range. Okay, they can ask you this particular error and you should be able to tell it. Another important thing is if I want to compare the strings. Okay, I want to compare the string a dot equals, if I want to put b. Okay, so I am putting it here. Let me comment out this one. So I am putting a dot equals b. So what should I get? Is a equal to b? A is test, b is what? Test all. So definitely should not be equal. I should get false, and I am getting it as false. Now if I want to see true, what I will do here is I'll make both of them equal, and I am going to put, I am getting it as true. Now if I make it small, just play around. I am playing around with you. String A is TEST, that is capital TEST, that is small TEST. So is it going to be equal? If I pronounce it, it is test and test, so it should be equal. But Java treats it differently, and that is where, since it is case sensitive, it has given you false. So you have another method with here, and we use many times if we want case insensitive comparison. Please understand this word, case insensitive. So it is insensitive to whatever case you are doing. So now if you see, you will get a true, and definitely you are getting a true. So we have read two things, one is equal, one is equal, ignore case. So what all you have read? Concat. What concat is going to do? It is going to add different strings. We can do that by using plus sign also. What we can use next? Length. Length will give you the length of the string. Okay, whatever length it is going to be. Suppose TST 4 list, it will give you 4. Now I want any character of a particular string. I have a dot caret, and you have to give index, because index starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you are going to get index from 0. Then we have equals and equal. Ignore case that we are going to do. Another one I am going to type here is, that is again very important. If I want is, you can use very well, that is called as replace. Okay, suppose I want to replace, in A I want to replace E. Okay, I want to replace E. I want to replace E with B. Anything I can replace. So it was TEST, now it should be TBST. Let us see whether we are getting, and yes, we are getting TBST. So I have used replace. Another method associated where is, if I want substring. Okay, so they will give you substring is what is inside a string. I want only some part, I don't want full. Sub means that is going to be inside of something. This is a main, so sub means substitute. You always seen that somebody is there in a cricket team also, you are getting a substitute. So instead of this, I need this, I don't want full, I want this only. So in test I want, let me give 1. Okay, so see the beauty, they have already given you beginning index 1, so EST. So I am starting with 0, 1. From 1, whatever is there, give me. So I have EST. So I am picking out sub of that. Okay, I am picking out part of that particular string. Now if I want to use end also, I want begin index and I want end index also. Okay, so if I want an end index, suppose I am giving 3, or I have 2 only, let me give it 2. So I am going to get starting 1, ending 2. So starting 1 and ending at 2. So in between 1 and 2, what I am getting? Only E is there. That is why I have got only E. So you can give in substring if you want only particular string from a string. Okay, you want only some part of a string, you can use substrings here. Now another very beautiful topic is your split. Okay, let me declare another, or do we have any other string? No, we don't have. Let us use that string. We have given test space all. Now I want to use test differently and all differently. I want it to be in separate thing. How can I do that? I have something called split it. Remove them away. Okay, don't let them be together. Split it. There's husband and wife. I want to be divorced. Let me see. S out. Okay. So before that, let me do a simple thing. Let me declare a string array. Okay. Because after splitting, I need somebody to store it. Now I want s is equal to, now I was having which string I'm using, b. I want to split b. So what I'm going to do here is b dot split, and what is the regular expression that you are going to get in split? I'm going to get space. Why? Because between test and all I can see there is a space. If I give space, test will be different, all will be different. So they have some space between them. Now I need to print out that, so I am going to use, I like for each loop, so I am going to use for each. Because it is an array, I want to print the values of array. So system.out.println x. So I should get hello and world differently. Sorry, test and all differently. So I'm getting test here, all here. So it is separate. In an array, I have in the index 0 test, index 1 as all. Now whatever you want, you can play around with that. See, in string what you can do is all these methods will help you to write programs. How you can write programs? If you can manipulate things. Suppose tomorrow they ask you, I want all to be placed in front of string. I want to interchange it. They'll give a program in a real-time scenario. I want to interchange it. I want all test. Okay, it's not reversing also, it is interchanging. Now you know array, you can print this array however you want. You have everything stored. Whatever you want, you can play around with that. So this is all the methods which I wanted to discuss, and these are very important methods. Any doubt you can definitely post in the chat, post in the group. We are definitely there to take it up. Okay. Now, so we have done all the string class. Now it is string buffer and builder. But before that, I want to discuss very important part actually. I told you string has different privileges. Let us see what are different privileges does it have. Now I will make it test. Okay, so string A has test, string B has test. Now there is another method of comparison. What is that? It is equal to. We all have read that, right? Even if I want equal to, I can compare it and I can use it. Okay. Command C, use V, and strings are not equal. Okay. So what you think output should be? In A, what do we have? We have test. In B, we have test. No case insensitivity, nothing like that. Both are equal. So I should get strings are equal. Oh my god, I have got strings are not equal. What happened? What happened actually? Why strings are not equal? But sir, I had A equal to test, I had B equal to test. What happened actually? Now let us, this part you will never get anywhere, whatever you do. Okay. So let me give you integer dot, I can use to hex string, I can use system, I can use identity hash code. Let me use B. I am comparing A and B. I'll tell you in another few seconds what I am actually doing. I have got some number. It's a hexadecimal number that I can understand because I have given hex string. Okay, so I have got some hexadecimal number. What are these numbers? These are nothing but, my dear friends, these are your memory or reference address for that particular object that we have. For A and B, it is different. Why it is different? What happened? Because both contents are same, so it should be same. Now in string, I told you a very important and a very special privilege they have. See, yeah, I told you about the VIPs, right? All are common people, they have houses, they live, okay? But VIPs have some separate, they get quarters, okay? They get securities in that houses, so they have kept separately. Same thing for string, all the memories, okay? Everywhere the memories or the objects are created and stored in your heap memory, okay? You have to see our memory classes also, but I am giving you a brief example, okay? So in memory, you are going to use heap, whatever objects you are creating. Only for string, they have given a separate space in that, and they have given this a string constant pool, and in this particular memory, only string could be there. Only string should be there. Okay? Nobody else will be intervening in between. Why they have done so? So that they can do a memory efficiency. How they can do that, I am going to tell you, but first understand all the memory, all the objects that we have created is used in your heap area that is being stored. But string has a different memory in that is called a string constant pool. They have a special privilege for that particular string. Now, whenever you declare it as a variable, any string you declare it as a variable, it goes to string constant pool, and it creates itself an reference for that. Okay, string a equal to test, so a has been created and a reference has been given to that. Whenever you are creating any object, okay, mind it, creating any object, it will always go to a heap memory. Now compare it like this: I am Abhijit, okay, another person is Abhijit, okay, somewhere. One is in Chennai, one is in Hyderabad. I am comparing the address for them. For this Abhijit and that Abhijit, I am comparing actually the address from that. So one is in Chennai, one is in Hyderabad. If I compare their address, it is going to be different. So in same scenario, string A is in your string constant pool, that is in Chennai. Another is in your heap area, that is your Hyderabad. So if you compare these two address, is it going to be same? No, my dear friends, it will never be same. So always remember, it is never going to be same for that. So what we have to do, we don't need to compare the address. We have to compare the content, that is their name, Abhijit and Abhijit. We don't matter where they stay. Now, if here, let me give you little bit more clarity. Okay. Both are same because string A equal to test and string Z equal to test, both are in string constant pool. So what it does is, first, one, the benefit of memory efficiency which I talked about in Java for string constant pool was, suppose string A equal to test I have declared. So it will not go and create something in string constant pool. First it will go and look for, does any reference I am finding which has test in that. If it is not able to find, then only it will create. Then it will go to string Z equal to test. Let me see if there is any test available in that. So it will go in the whole string constant pool and it will search, do we have any test, do we have any variable, do we have any string called as test. If it gets it, it will just point to that rather than creating a new object or a new memory space. So you are doing a memory efficiency. Java has taken a lot of care to do a memory. When you do a long-term project, you will understand what memory efficiency is all about. Okay, so that is why it is coming as same. So this is giving you nothing but your kind of a memory reference address that is providing to you. Now, what I need to do to check it, already you have seen we have something called as equals. So if A dot equals B, let us see what it gives you. Strings are equal because now it is comparing the content A and B. It is comparing the content, not the address. So it is comparing Abhijit in Chennai and Abhijit in Hyderabad. Doesn't matter because Abhijit is same, the name is same. So that is where it has picked out. This is a very important concept. I have shown you very practical in a very simple manner how to do that. So I hope everybody is clear with that. Now we have another very important concept, why string builder and string buffer we are having. Okay, now what is meant by immutable? You all have studied somewhere a string is mutable, string is immutable. So what is that? Immutable means incapable of change. They don't want to change themselves. They are strict. Okay, you might have heard in your movies also mutated movies, X-Men and all, they are mutating. That means they are keep on changing. We are human, our genes are fixed, we are immutable. Okay, so that is what immutability and mutability is all about. Now, strings has been defined as an immutable object. That means it is not going to change. Okay, that content cannot be modified. But sir, I think it is a little bit contradictory. How, sir? Let me see. If I have taken string a is equal to test and let me put as all plus z, let me try it out. I can use okay, now I can use I will give you something as modified string is, see the use of plus continuity. Modified string is test all. So sir, a was there, z was there, now you have modified a, now a is was test, now a is test all. How this has happened actually? So what has happened here is that, my dear friends, it has not changed its content. See, whenever you are referring, suppose a is equal to test, okay, and z is equal to all. So it has in string constant pool, you have a test and z equal to all, some memory reference address will be there, which I have shown you from the code also. Now once you write a equal to a plus z, a goes and point out a new memory reference address, but it is not modifying the original content. It creates a new memory reference address and stores test all in that. So the a is equal to test has not been modified. It has, the reference has been moved away. Okay. Now for previously I was pointing to a which was test. Now new a is pointing to test all. So I have not modified the new one, but I have moved my arrow, that is moved my reference from test to test all, and your garbage collector, that is your memory efficiency, will remove string a equal to test from the reference. So the memory efficiency also takes care. Because you would have asked me a question, sir, then why we are doing that? Better we should have made it mutable and it would be memory efficiency. No, that is where they have made it so that even they are taking care of your memories. Okay, they are not trying to they have not left you just like that and deal with this memory. They will remove this garbage. Using this garbage collector, they will mean whatever is the unused references. Okay, so this is what immutability and mutability in strings is all about. Now why they have kept this mutability is that they have defined this class as a final class. Okay, if you have read final class, well and good, otherwise you'll see another lecture, we'll discuss on that. So they have discussed a final class, that means it cannot be changed. Okay, so that is where they don't want content, because it can be transferred from one web to another, client, web, so many things. Okay, one class to another class. So they won't want the content to be modified. So that was the idea of the Java soft person, those who have defined this. Now I always tell this, whenever you learn any language or you understand that, try to unlock the minds of the people who created this particular language. If you try to unlock their minds, it will be very easy for you to understand why they have done this. Try to be in their place and understand why they would have done that, and then you will get all your answers. But they also felt that might be they need, people might need to use mutable strings. So for that, they have given you string buffer and string builder. So string buffer class is used to create a mutable string object. So in this, it can be changed after it is created. It won't give a new memory address or anything like that. It represents growable and writable character sequence. It is similar to string class. Both are used to create string, but string buffer object can be changed. You can make lot of modification. Plus, it is also thread safe. That is, multiple threads cannot access it simultaneously. If you're not able to understand this, we are going to cover it in our multiple, that is your multi-threading class also. Now, string buffer, I'll give you a very simple example of string buffer. I hope everybody is ready, and don't worry, I will anyway give you all this in my notes also. Now, let me use string buffer. Let me create string buffer. Yeah, I have string buffer. Let me put an SB, which is the new, create an object. I will use test. I like test. Okay, so I am using test. I will give SB. So test I have printed, I have created a new string buffer object. There are a lot of options still available in this also. There is something called as, again this is I have created an object. So I can reference those objects and I can use all the methods we type. Append means adding. That is concatenating, which we are using there. If I put this SB append.all, run it, test all will be added here. You can keep on appending dot you want, plus and all, whatever you want, you can use it out. Then the very important option here is, you get a lot of program, right? Reverse a string. If you know string builder, just do this. You will get all ATSTFF. Okay, you will get the reversal of string with a single line. You have reduced so much of programming. Okay, we are going to see this particular program by using string methods, but with string builder I have given you in one liner sb.reverse. Okay, so here also you can use other methods like substrings and all you have, and you can refer to that, but these are the two very important methods that we are going to use it. Okay, now let us see another thing that is called a string builder. Sir, if string buffer was there, why do we need string builder? I am going to tell you the difference. Another 1 minute. Okay, first let's understand how to initiate it, what are the methods for that. So basically these two are nearly same. If I give sb.append, again I give it all. So I have got test all. I have concatenated it. Now if I give sb.reverse, you will get 8 all test EF. Okay, I have reversed. So same line can be done here also. So why did we need that? So string builder is actually identical to string buffer. Only one important difference is that it is not synchronized. That is, it means it is not thread safe. So thread safe means multiple thread can actually work on your particular string, and it can modify your content. So you might not be sure what your output is going to be. Okay, so that is where it is very, very important. And once I tell you multi-threading class, in that I am going to show you, and even in my collection class I am going to show you how multi-threading actually works and how it affects your output. So by theoretically you can, I have given you a very small example that string builder is identical to string buffer, but one difference, it is not synchronized. Synchronized means it is not thread safe. That means multiple threads can act and can modify your content. So please remember this particular point. I have given a very good chart, string buffer and string builder. A lot of interview questions they ask, why do we need string buffer and builder? String buffer is synchronized, it is not synchronized. Because of synchronization, string buffer operation is slower and string builder is operate faster because it doesn't need to synchronize. Multiple threads can work on that. It is thread safe, it is not thread safe. It consumes more memory, it consumes less memory. So these are the differences that you are going to tell to your interviewer that this is, sir, I know, and this is more than enough. Okay. Now just now we have discussed palindrome and reverse string. I'll give you reverse string, you can use a palindrome. Okay. So let me discuss a program of string reverse. Now here you have done through this one, but the programmer or the interviewer is going to ask you, I don't want to use reverse method. Without using reverse method, please tell me how to reverse a particular string. So if I give string s is equal to hello world, very important, right? Hello world. In Spring Boot you will write, first of all they will give you print hello world. Okay, so we are doing hello world. Now what your thought process should be in this particular scenario, what should be your thought process? Your thought process should be here is that my idea is that if I can somehow pick my last character, okay, and then start printing from my last, that's it. If I start printing from my last, if I pick D first, print it, then L, print it, concatenate it, D, L, R, O, W space, O, L, L, E, H. If I'm able to do that, I can do it. So how it is possible? It is possible. There are multiple ways to do it. I'll try to do it in the simplest manner as possible. For I need an integer because I need to iterate it, and I need to iterate from the last one. So how to do it from the last one? Int I is equal to s dot length, and length will give you one extra, so you have to put -1 because otherwise it will give you out of index range. You know that, right? Because it starts with 0 but the length will give you 4, so you have to start with -1. So now you are in D. Okay, now you are in D, and I have to iterate till I get to 0, till I go to 0. I have to iterate there, and currently I might be on 1 0 1 2 3, or you can tell 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So I might be in 11. Okay, so but index I am putting as 10, so I is equal to 10 actually here, and I have to go till 0. So 10 9 8 7 0. So I should not put I plus plus, I have to put I minus minus. Okay, now what do I need to do here? I need an empty string actually here, so that I can keep on appending on it. So I can use as reverse string is equal to blank space. Okay, I have taken an empty string. Now if I put reverse string, sorry, just take this one, copy paste. Now this is empty, nothing is here, now I have to pass some character. I want to pass this character. I have this character because I am in this character. Now what is the method that I taught you? If you want to take any character, caret, if you want to take caret, and I am in this, if I take this particular index, if I take this particular index, I will get D. Done. Let me give you a nice feel of that, otherwise you will tell sir is not giving. Now let me print, if you want beautifully, my reverse string is, you can put a capital letters or okay. So what is happening here? I have declared a variable which is empty. Now I am taking first index, like last one. I am here because I told you already you are length -1, so you are already here. So if you take this particular index, you can get this particular character. Next time when you come back, you have gone to minus, so you have come here. So D, then it will be L, then it will be R, then O, W, then space O, L, L, E, H. Let us see whatever I am telling, is it correct or not. I have not got it printed. So let me just print it out, this one. It is actually commented out and I have to uncomment it. I have given greater than less than equal to 0. Okay, so if I do here, I will get ISD. Okay, let me make it a little bit beautiful. Okay, now you will get D. My reverse string is, and even if you want, you can give here reverse string is DLROWOLLEH. So either way you could have used directly or you could have used indirectly. So that is where you are going to use methods. I have used length, I have used character at. There are other ways also to do it, but this is one of the most efficient way to reverse a particular string. If somebody asks you palindrome, you will just compare S and reverse string and print it. Yes, if this matches, it is a palindrome. If it doesn't match, it is palindrome. Now, from my side, what homework you are going to get is, and you can post it in our group also. I want you to interchange hello and world. It should be world hello. Your output, your input should be string S is equal to hello world, and your output should be, I will write it here, output equal to world hello. So that you can take it up as an homework. Other than that, I hope I was clear in making you understand what string is all about. Any doubt you can post in the chat, we'll definitely reply to you and try to execute this particular program. If you are doing it, I'll definitely go ahead and check it out. Thanks everyone for watching this video, and we have completed whatever we have planned today.